Today, we're going to be painting realistic snow effects. Yo dog, Kenny Boucher here, Next Level Painting, hitting you up on the literal best of all days. On this glorious Friday morning in the Beats Lab, Hollywood, California, I got another tutorial for you. We're not going to be painting anything. Zero painting today, but I'm going to be showing you guys something you've never seen before. SecretWeaponMiniatures.com, they have an amazing product called Crushed Glass. And it is a linchpin to your hobby collection. It is how you create realistic snow effects. And I know if you're like me, you've been battling with baking soda, Elmer's glue concoctions for years and never really too happy with it. Well, this changed everything. This is literally as real as it gets. I'm doing this episode for Chris Marler. He's the winner of Dusty Dan over on Twitch. It was a top donator giveaway, and he said, throw some snow on that guy's base and let's do a tutorial. This is for you, brother. Roll call. Want to shout out a few Klutz patrons? Victor, Majid, Christian, Jonathan, Adam, Kim, Guy, George, Jay, Grim Kashini, and Jason. You guys came in clutch this week. I can't do it without you. Patreon is my personal crowdfunding page. It's how I keep the lights on. If you guys are looking for clutch giveaway opportunities, raffles, and more, check me out on Twitch. Twitch.tv next_level_painting. Don't miss out on the action. Also, thelongwar.net is the home of the battle reports and the fastest growing library in video content today. Let's do this thing. Here's a quick equipment breakdown. Secret Weapon Scenics, Crushed Glass. Check. Get some realistic water effect, also a Secret Weapon product. Get yourself some gloves. This is glass. And obviously get yourself a face mask. Protect yourself from accidentally touching your face, breathing in any of this crap. Safety first. All right, here he is. Dusty Dan himself. Zinch Terminator Lord for a Chaos Warband. Recently was a giveaway on Twitch. And now I'm going to just drizzle on some of this realistic water. And this realistic water is one of the best realistic waters I've ever used in my life. Possibly the best. And it's also great for just using it as a gloss. So as a gloss medium where we want it to be shiny, it's also a pretty good glue for this crushed glass to stick to. You'll see we just put some down and now we're drizzling some on. And what this effect is going to create here, what we're going to achieve with this, is a very slushy snow. We're not going to get that really built up thick snow. It's going to be somewhat translucent. It's going to be snow in that shifting reality. Like there's going to be texture to it. Big problem with most snow effects is that they don't look real because they're not multi-tiered. They're not textured. So you can see we got our little slushy snow right here. Now we're going to pour a little bit more liquid water on it. Just real quick, some serious just drizzling directly over it. Look at that. It's basically going to dry that way. And you can see it's very slushy. So we're building up textures and layers of this snow. So it looks real. Like snow isn't just one, doesn't have just one texture. It has multiple textures. Now we're going to go beast mode here. Let's drop a bunch on the base. Let it find its way to all the little areas and let's just go crazy. Dump a shitload of this on the base and you'll see that we're working on a piece of construction paper in a box so we can reclaim all this crushed glass. It's easy to clean up and we're just dumping it on and then knocking it off real quick. And you see it's very shiny, very glossy and wet. It's also somewhat translucent. If you wait for this to dry, you can do it again and again and again and make it more solid. But I really find that you want it to have translucence to it. Here's another trick right here. On our surface that I'm working on, I'm making a little slurry. And I'm going to now use my sculpting tool to pile these little pieces on in clutch areas to create more and more texture and more realism to this crushed glass snow effect. See, now I'm going to pile it in these little cracks here where I couldn't quite get the snow and the liquid water to stick before. Now I'm just making it stick, carefully applying it, kneading it into position. I'm even shaping it somewhat to have, some layers, some ripples to it. Like maybe the wind has been interacting with it. Give it as much love as it needs to look the way you want. Now I'm picking out the top spire here, adding some more to it around its feet. I want it to look like maybe it's dripping off the rock a little bit. Maybe it's building up. Maybe the snow is still, you know, more pieces here. And now I'm going to use the blade to, you know, make it look like he's stepping in the snow versus the snow's on his foot. And that's really easy to do. Just pile it around, follow the curvature of his foot, and there it is. Looks like he's standing in it. And now I'm just, like I said, going to keep feathering more effect in. Maybe let it drip off the edge of this little chaos spike right here. Make it look its absolute best. As much time and love as you can put in this, the better. You should not rush this. You can see here now that it's hardening just a little bit. I'm coming in there and just giving it a little bit more of a texture, so it's not all just one smooth piece, making it look like there might be layers to it melting, maybe sheets of snow. Coming back around the back where we have more of a blanket of snow back here, I'm going to add another piece on top of the rock, creating multiple tiers of this textured effect. So you can see dirt showing through, you can see rock showing through, you can see translucence and runoff and melt from the snow. We're going for as much of a multi-textured theme as possible. Basically, I just went online and looked at snow. Looked at what snow does. Look at a couple pictures. Unless the snow is literally in the process of falling at this moment, this is what snow looks like. You know what I'm saying? It melts, it freezes, it melts again, and now we're piling up maybe the more blanketed areas up on the rock, maybe where they were in shadow and they didn't melt as fast. They didn't turn into a sheet of ice because maybe the rock got hotter and it didn't melt, so it's a little bit more solid there. You know, it's going to be more fluffy snow versus, you know, slushy snow. Basically, I'm a snow scientist. I lived in Colorado for a decade. So now we're going to just sprinkle a little bit on with our gloves, of course. And so that way it has that crystallized crust on the very top. Like when snow melts a little bit and then freezes over and over again, it gets a little crusty layer on the top. And look at how realistic this looks. Very good looking snow here. I'm happy with this so far. Dusty Dan is looking his best. Now I'm going to pour some more liquid realistic water effect on here. And I'm going to like pour it directly in the snow and then let it kind of just run into the dirt. So it has the effect of it's melting right there along the edges. And you can see where it's very moist and very shiny. And that's another thing the liquid water effect is good for, the realistic water. Same thing on the back. Because just dump some right on top, kind of right here in the corner. Anywhere the snow is not, I'm going to add a little bit of water to show you that maybe it melted from this area, and that's why it's not there anymore. Like maybe this entire base was once covered in snow, but now it's melting. Everywhere that you can see exposed dirt, I want it to be wet. Now I'm going to pull a little bit of liquid water off the construction paper with my palette knife, mix it directly in with some of that crushed glass, and we're going to create a fun little effect here on the tip of this rock where some snow is still just dangling there, just hanging off on the top. We want it to look its best. You know, there is no right or wrong place that snow should be, but you definitely want to take your time to build it up here because this is glass, so you don't want to rush it. You don't want to fuck up and accidentally knock all your glass on the carpet. You want to keep it all in this box, all in this construction paper. You know, you want to do your best. This is hobby supplies, but this is definitely not for kids. Definitely, you know, adult supervision required with crushed glass. All right, so you see now we're done. We're going to let that harden. Now we're going to clean up our tools. We're doing it all over this box with this construction paper. This is a standard box lid from any GW product. We're going to fold up this piece of construction paper, and I'm going to reclaim most of this. I don't care about the fact that some of these chunks are hard and not fine anymore. I'll find a place for them later. So we're going to pour them right back into this crushed glass container. That's simple. And then we're going to throw all this away. We're going to throw away the box lid, and we're going to throw away the cardboard or the construction paper because I don't trust any of this now that it has crushed glass on it. Threw it away. Dead to me. Let's take a look. Let's survey this crushed glass. You know, like I said, it's it rewards you for going slow and nurturing the effects, and you can see a true, real snow here. I mean, that is a snow I have not ever produced with any other product outside of crushed glass. And I love snow bases. I've been making them for years. I thought I had a pretty good recipe, and so I used this. Here's a close-up. Look at that. I mean, that snow is real, man. It's literally fucking snow, man. And it's the right scale. It's perfect for a 28 millimeter scale. It is just so clutch. I strongly recommend picking this up. Anyway, guys, thanks for checking out this video. Play on, players. If you like these tutorials, check out Next Level Painting on Patreon. Become a patron of the arts today. We offer early and exclusive access to our videos and a rewards program for different pledge levels. Patreon is PayPal and credit card secure, so you don't have to worry about that. We use 100% of the money to improve our process.